So this one I made kind of for a, it's kind of like an ad for the show. This is my first wife. We were down in South Texas, and I just started getting my poems published. So I quit modeling, I was getting fat. We're down there, and I thought she was joking. I thought she wanted me to go to a tanning bed. And she came out in front of her whole family, and she's like, "Aren't you ready? We're gonna go tanning." And I was like, you know, poets don't tan. But here she says, "I want to be attracted to my husband." She screamed this in front of everyone. And that's me kind of dropping into the abyss of being a writer, poet. The snake, I almost didn't do it, but Henry found the wood. It's a big piece of wood. And you just put flowers on it. But it wasn't until I found these guys. I didn't know how I was going to get the fangs. And I lucked upon that one. And then maybe a week before the show, I found these guys, and it just worked out perfectly. This is probably my favorite piece in the show. It's about me. It's called Me, and I used to be a model. So that's me it's kind of like a crossroads. It's a becoming thing, becoming a writer, artist. I'm a Pisces, that's the fish, but you're never free, you know? You're still attached. I always have a bear thing in my life. I always had these bear dreams. He's doing it, but just barely, you know? This guy, I like it because it's like it just happened. You're catching him right when it happened. If you get on top of it, there's a little bit of blood. And he just stood so perfectly. Henry found that piece too. This is kind of clunky, but I like it like that. It's just about, you only get so much. Eventually his tank's gonna run out. I don't know. I just like the way he looks. I don't even know what the nails mean. This is the most controversial piece in the show. My mom still won't talk to me. My grandfather brought this rug from World War II, around there, down in South America. So we've had it in the family for forever. And I just found out it's like over 100 years old. And she sent it to me. I asked her to send it to me. So if you focus in on the words, I sat on it for months. It's like I knew I wanted to do something with it. And I was going to do all these beautiful things to it. The thing was, I had to lay it down on the floor like a week before the show. And I just took 2 pens. And it was nerve-wracking because, you know, the first thing I did, it started bleeding. And so I thought, it could really mess this thing up. So it's kind of like a punk rock move. I found out I can get it out if I want, but it's going to cost money. Hopefully she'll accept it. And I did these word collages. The top layer says, "Go ahead, Jimmy, crack that corn. Who the hell cares if nobody cares?" It's kind of like, fucking do it, man. Go ahead. But if you spend time, you can make out the ones behind it. You can't hurt me, can you? It's just multi-layers of words. I really like the way they look, though. This is my mother's grave down here. I guess I could have lit the candles, but I wrote this poem a long time ago. I didn't really know what it meant, but it says, "You died because you didn't. That is why I belong here when I don't." I put her birth year in 1980 question mark. She's still alive, obviously, but that's when she became mentally ill. I'll get into all that. I think it's beautiful. This is the big piece in the show, one of them. It's pretty obvious what it means. It's just about writing. There's so many writers. Everybody's writing. Everybody's doing Facebook. I think people are writing more than they've ever written. But nobody's really bleeding, you know? I mean, you can be a good writer, talented writer, but, where are the Celines? Where's our Henry Miller? Where's our Bukowski? Red's just kind of danger. And I had Ricardo Byrne, Your Turn. And it's, anyone can do it. You just got to do it. Or it's like Bukowski said, it's so easy, almost nobody can do it. Which I like. I got a few mascots in the show. He's my Skeet Giddens character. Skeet Giddens was the guy who died in this house I lived in. And my old buddy Dwayne and I, he kind of stuck with us. And he says, yeah, but then what? So it's like he's telling me, you're gonna do all this, but then what? You just, it's all over. You just keep going, and I just like his attitude. This is a pretty heavy, dark piece. It says, yeah, you did. And I won't really say who it's about, but that is my mother. This is me, bears again. This is her. This is what happened to her as a child. You slipped through the swing. It's like her childhood lost. I was going to cut these off, but I kind of like them because, I like the fan. I like the way the fan moves everything. But I don't know. These hanging here, it kind of looks like she's in a factory, like a meat factory or something. And, the rat coming in to devour is her mental illness. This is Sneaky Snake. Henry found this guy, and it just fit perfectly. It's the first piece I made for the show, and call him Sneaky Snake. There was a song when I was a kid called Sneaky Snake. Oh, Sneaky Snake goes dancing, wiggling and dancing. Yeah, no, it's old. It's Tom T. Hall, man. It's from the '60s, I think, '70s maybe. All the girls kept grabbing him. A big dildo. I really like the way the fan is. He's got a Bible in his hand. He's standing upon the world. It's like all those people that are just, obviously standing on religion. And it's not until you get around there that you see what's on top of it. That's your real God, buddy. It's a big, beautiful piece of marble. This guy got in Canada from an old factory, all these pieces down here. So I coiled up this chainmail and put it in there. I guess that's a brake drum or something. But it's his face here, you can see, that I really like. I like the way he kicked back like that. No one pays attention to this guy, but I like him.
Alright. Cut.
Cut. Not sure what it's about. It's kind of like just the energy of the world. I got this little thing from the coffee bag at the health food store. So a lot of people come in and they're like, I know that. So I cut it out. It says a story as old as the land. It's kind of about there's no real victims, no heroes. Everybody's at fault. Something like that. That's the world. We're all connected. This kind of self-explanatory. Just, God damn, you got a big ass. You just can't take it, It's just about that. I don't know. It's like, it doesn't matter how old you get, it still works on you. I was going to do something with his eye, but I like him like that. This one's called Mind Cock. It's just about being a man, the prison. This is his cock, with his face. It's his brain. You try to escape as best you can. I like the way he's in the cage. When I was a little kid, I was right beside my mother, and she stepped on a nail pretty badly. She got this staph infection from it. And then years and years later, she still kept getting these staph infections. We couldn't figure it out. She was traveling around everywhere. It turns out she was doing it to herself. It was kind of a form of Munchausen syndrome. And these two pieces are kind of connected together. But this is what she became, mostly by being treated like in the 80s. This is what, in my mind, my mother became from her illness. This represents the medical industry, like the mental health industry back then. The clowns, they don't know what they're doing, taking her away. This is my father, my sister, my brother and I. We're in this bird nest, along for the ride. And this is her back here. My sister, my mother, actually she started getting a little bit better, and then my sister lost a baby. And that just floored her. She was never the same. So the baby represents that coming out of her head. I put her on wheels and connected her to the tractor. We grew up in Oklahoma. And also the phone on the bigger piece, the red phone up there, is about that phone call, finding out that my sister's baby died. Okay, it just fires through her and turns her into this beast. Sorry, Mom. Little guys behind you. Throw my little mascots. This guy's funny to me. He's just like, he's got a little turtle head face, little eye. He's just like, deal, man. Be a man, deal with it. Another mascot, this is a paper towel I crumbled up and put a cigarette. Fucking play, goddammit. Don't forget to play. No place left to go, pretty obvious. I think a lot of people feel like that. He doesn't have any arms, he can't do anything, you just go into your mind. This one here, the title of this one is a martyred ghost of a jihadist tea towel. My wife Sarah kept giving me shit about bringing in our kitchen towels into the studio, so I made that out of one. This is just a root I found by the river, and I put these wires in, and the rock was already there. It was a perfect tongue. He's beautiful. Didn't have to do a thing really. He was already there. My Rasta guy. It's his cock. I got these from the Hop, this pig skin, and put it on this metal, and this is Gorilla Glue with paint. It's just kind of about humanity. It's called Meatheads. I was surprised a lot of people like this. I was gonna do a whole bunch of them, but I ran out of time. It's kind of like the start of a relationship. You know, she says, he's nice to me, he's got a great job, he loves my dog, she's so happy. And he's like, I swear, man, it's like, her pussy tastes like what I've been searching for my entire life. It's like what a guy would say to another guy. And then there they are in their misery. They don't know what happened. You know, everything falls apart and they don't know why. Same with the one behind you. I used the same little kids sticker things. It's like, he's kind of the world, just eating them, devouring them. You know, she's trying real hard, he's lost, she's beheaded him. You know, they don't know why it went wrong. There's a few more. Oh, this one I didn't finish. Maybe I did finish, I don't know. This one I like a lot. It's just two dolls. It's about the way they were looking at each other. Like when I was a kid, my mother had some friend, this really beautiful friend of hers that she was really nice to me. But there's like this sexual chemistry that people don't really talk about, you know, between like a little boy and an older woman. It's there, and you both know it's there. Something like that. You never forget it. Another word piece. I don't know if you can even read it on there, can you? Just how making art feels to me. This one I made the day of the show. I mean, I had most of the pieces. I got the fingers down the street. This one's called Tea Party. And it's kind of like my father, people like my father, you know, they believe the way they believe, and they all seem to have good hearts, but they're always pointing fingers at everybody, you know. It's your fault. They believe in this country, they have a heart. I like this guy because he has a pot belly. Not that my dad does, but I just love this guy. Put a flag in his head. You know, I'd much rather talk to those people than the people around here that believe the way I believe. It's much more interesting. A couple word pieces behind you. Ricardo did this one. I was going to do a whole series of these, but I ran out of time. It's pretty obvious. Same with that one. I really believe in this. I did this one the day of the show. It's gotten rained on. It's just another dismissive couple of words. Are you able to get the light or no? This guy I really like. I've had this one for a while. It's just about being naive. It's kind of hard to rig him, but I was gonna put like wings on him, but I just like him like this. Put a little propeller on him. It's kind of like the feeble beginnings of being a rider artist. Truth, ass, love. Can you get that? Kind of like the ingredients of a man's mind. It's all about the punctuation.